Do you ever notice how when life punches you in the gut, your mind starts attacking you too? And suddenly you're not just stressed, but you're spiraling. And now you're finding flaws in everything in your life, in your job, in your body, in your future, in your own worth. But
Hey, Legal Shield associate, are you interested in learning how to sell Legal Shield memberships in a way that's
do you ever notice how when life punches you in the gut, your mind starts attacking you too? And suddenly you're not just stressed, but you're spiraling. And now you're finding flaws in everything in your life, in your job, in your body, in your future, in your own worth. But here's the truth that most people never actually learn. Happiness is not what happens after the pain is gone. It's what you practice during it. When you only focus on what's going wrong, your brain becomes a magnet for misery. You find more things to be miserable about. And that's a really, really slippery slope. So what if you could actually rewire your brain to find the good in everything, even if your entire life is on fire? And if you can train yourself to search for even a sliver of good, your entire mindset and even your brain chemistry and your brain wiring will start to shift. And so let's dive into it. Let's just call it like it is, right? Most people, very good people in this world, completely cave when things go sideways in their lives. If bills start to stack up, they shut down. If their relationship starts to have a little bit of stress, they spiral out of control. If they get bad news, they start finding everything that's wrong in their life, every single little teeny tiny thing. It's kind of like as soon as like one thing just goes wrong, the brain is like, see, I told you your entire life was trash. It's like just this, it's like this little teeny tiny house of cards and you just give it one little flick and the entire thing falls apart. Does that sound familiar? Well, you have to understand that if you don't actually start to work on your mindset around this, it's only going to get worse and worse, and you're going to start to develop patterns to find the bad in everything. Like you probably know somebody, I have somebody in the top of my head right now that I can think of that is negative all the time. You could win the lottery and they'd be like, oh my God, do you know how much you're going to have to pay in taxes? Like they can find the bad in everything. And they're that way because they have accidentally, I'm sure they didn't do it on purpose, they've accidentally wired themselves to find the bad in everything. But people who really actually become resilient and develop a really resilient mindset are different. The people who have done the inner work and worked on themselves and worked on their mindset and worked on their trauma and worked on their past and everything, they see life differently than everybody else. Like those who have spent time going and finding the things that's going on, like in the trenches, in their mind and in their life, the ones that are doing the real inner work, they don't collapse when things get hard. Why is that? Because they've trained their brain to find the good, even if it's hidden under layers and layers and layers of chaos. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not talking about toxic positivity. I'm talking about you finding good in anything that's happening so that you can become a better person, thinking better to work out of whatever negative thing is happening in your life. This is called neurological resilience. It's like you learn to internalize the truth behind the yin and the yang, which is within every hard thing, there is something good. And even if it's tiny, if you search for it, you can find it. You just have to be willing to look. And so I want you to remember this phrase the rest of your life. Happiness is a choice. Now, That phrase, when I put it on Instagram or I talk about it on an Instagram reel, pisses a lot of people off. It triggers a lot of people because they're like, well, you don't know my life and you don't know what's happened to me. You have to understand, not some like feel good slogan. And I'm not being all woo woo when I'm like, hey, happiness is a choice. Your life is on fire. Act like it's not on fire. What I'm saying, it's not a feel good slogan. It's neuroscience. Your brain is always rewiring itself. Always. And every time that you try to find something good, which means that you are not being on autopilot anymore, but you're actually taking time and energy and intention to find something good, you're actually strengthening the part of your brain that is responsible for positive pattern recognition. Now, on the opposite side of that, if you are actually looking for the bad in something, you're strengthening the part of your brain that's responsible for negative pattern recognition. And so in neuroscience, there's a thing called Hebb's Law, and they say neurons that fire together wire together, which means at any time that you think something a certain way, that wiring becomes stronger. And if you decide that you want to think differently, you're going to actually start to wire together new neurons that have never been together. And so when you practice happiness and gratitude and finding the good in things, especially when you don't feel like it, you're actually literally reshaping your brain. You're doing three different things. You're strengthening your prefrontal cortex, which is where your decision making and your optimism comes from. You're soothing your amygdala, which is where your fear and your threat detection comes from. And you're building more dopamine receptors in your brain, which is where motivation and pleasure comes from. So over time, this actually will become your new default setting.
70% of adults over 65 will need long-term care services or support. Introducing Bridge.
Over time, this actually will become your new default setting. So you don't even have to try to find the good in things. You'll actually just start living that way. And I can tell you from 100% in my own anecdotal story, trust me, I was the definition of a negative Nancy when I was younger. I could find the negative in anything, and I could give excuses, and I could tell you why I was screwed over all the time and why life wasn't working out for me, and other people always had good luck and I had bad luck. But now my default setting is to find the good in everything. But I also do, just so you know, have the overall, because now that I've been living my life now for a while and I've seen things happen for my benefit, even when I didn't think they were going to be in my benefit, I truly believe, and I have this like just thought over my entire life, that with all 40 trillion of my cells, I believe it, that everything that's happening in my life is happening for me. Not happening to me, because if it's happening to me, I'm a victim. If it's happening for me, then it's actually happening for me to learn or grow or get better or to have a better life. And I believe that to my core. And so let's actually tell you with research. So I gave you my anecdotal, oh yeah, this is what happened in my life, but I don't want to just give you fluff. I wanted to actually talk real studies for those of you guys that want proof, right? So there was a study that was done at Indiana University where they used fMRI scans to show participants who practice gratitude. And they showed that the people who practice gratitude showed more activity in the medial prefrontal cortex of their brain, which is the area that's linked to learning and decision making. They studied them 6 months later, and they actually found that the effects lasted over 6 months after the study ended, which means when you train yourself to look for the good in something, your brain eventually starts doing it on autopilot. Now, I don't want to give you just one study in case you're you need a lot of studies and really a lot of proof to believe me. There was actually a study that was done by Dr. Martin Seligman, who is considered the father of positive psychology, and showed that people who practice optimistic reframing, so whenever something happens, you find the optimism in that situation, were more likely to recover from setbacks and experience less depression in their lives over time. And then the last one, Harvard psychologist Dr. Sean Acker found that 5 minutes a day of positive journaling and finding the positive in their life significantly increased happiness and reduced stress hormones like cortisol in somebody's brain. So this isn't, like I said, toxic positivity, like, oh my God, the house is on fire. I'm just going to act like it's not on fire. It's not toxic positivity. It's neurological facts that your brain actually starts to change and rewire itself for the good and finding the good when you actually take time and intention to find the good in anything that's going bad. And you have to understand that the rewiring is not something that just like happens instantly. It's not like you do it one time. But if you stay consistent, it will be inevitable. The way you like to think of, or the way you should think of your brain is kind of like a big cornfield, right? Like think of your brain like this giant cornfield and this new, maybe you've been negative your entire life and you're just trying to figure out how to be more positive. Every time that you choose to find the good, even when it's buried, even when it's in the middle of a bunch of chaos, it's like walking a new path the very first time in that cornfield. Is it going to be hard to walk through a cornfield if it's a brand new path? Yeah. But the next time you do it, it's going to be a little bit easier. And the next time you do it, a little bit easier. The 100th time you do it, it's going to be way easier. Eventually, that path becomes clearer. It becomes easier for you to walk down, AKA to start to think through. And it becomes a road that you actually will start to take in your brain over time, even without thinking after a while. But the truth that most people avoid in this situation is you do have to push yourself. Like you have to push yourself sometimes to, when you see shit hitting the fan, be like, okay, I've got to get out of my victim mindset. I've got to stop being so sad. And I've got to figure out what is the good that could possibly come from this? How could this be working out in my favor? What lessons can I get from this? It's like happiness just doesn't float down from the clouds and it's not delivered to you by a unicorn, right? Like you don't just wait for something to make you feel happy. You have to decide that my natural state will be happiness. So you have to sit there and say, I'm going to find one thing to be grateful for today. I will shift my focus, even when if my brain wants to catastrophize everything and think that my life is in shambles. I'm going to stop feeding this victim story in my head, and I'm going to find out how the world is working for me. Because if you don't, your brain will just keep collecting evidence that your life sucks. And that's a natural part of our brain. It's called the negativity bias. It's like this way in almost every single person. I've done entire episodes on the negativity bias you can go back and listen to. So your brain will always look for and collect evidence that things are going wrong as a protection mechanism for you. And so, you know who also collects evidence? Your subconscious mind. And whatever you think about a lot and whatever you repeat the most, it will believe. So if you say stuff like, oh, I'm stuck, or I don't have any good luck, or nothing ever works out for me, or life is just hard and I'm always screwed over, guess what? That is actually going to become your truth. And so what you want to do is this: when something becomes hard, acknowledge it. I'm not saying don't be like, oh my God, no, it's completely fine. I'm not saying that you need to, spray perfume on a turd. What I'm saying is clean up the turd and then make the floor that it was once on shinier. Find the good in that thing. So acknowledge, okay, yeah, this is tough. This is really hard. I really do feel it. Then you want to just breathe through it, right? Because when stuff is really hard, your brain's usually all over the place. And when your emotions are high, your logic is low. So you breathe. Anchor yourself in the present moment. It might be 2 minutes you need to breathe, or if shit's really hitting the fan, it might be 10 minutes. And then just ask yourself to try to see, change your perception in some sort of way from this is so bad, this is so bad, this is so bad, and doom and gloom. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? Like, what's one good thing that could come from this? Like, how can this circumstance possibly make me stronger? Or like, if everything is happening for me, that must mean that this thing's going to make me better. So what lessons can I pull from this? And it might be like, I'm actually learning to ask for help. Or this pain that's happening is showing me that I need to figure out new boundaries. Or it could be even, I'm still here and that's something. And you can find the good in the fact that you're still here. And that becomes your access point for starting to rewire. So it's like, what good can come from this? What lessons can I pull from this? How can this make me stronger? What can this teach me? And you start to actually ask yourself these questions, because when you ask yourself a question or ask anybody a question, you're framing their perception, and you're framing your own perception from something's wrong, this is not good, to what can I learn from this? How can I get better in this? And so I want you to understand, in your life, happiness is a choice. It really is. And if you're going to have a great life, if you're going to be happy in your life, then you need to make the choice that no matter what happens, you're going to end up having a great life. That everything in this universe that happens around you is happening for you, for your greater good. You're not the story of your past. You're the narrator of it. And you're the person who gets to reframe everything that's happened to you, to reinterpret everything that's happened to you, to rewrite everything that's happened to you, and to see it from a different perspective. And like, life gets hard. You're not going to go through this life without at least a decent amount of pain. But when you're hardwired for growth, you push yourself. You smile through the tears. You laugh in the middle of chaos. And you keep finding the gold that's hidden inside of the dirt. Because every single time that you do, what you're doing is you're building yourself and your brain neurologically into a stronger, happier, and more powerful version of you. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Based off of what you have been watching, YouTube thinks that
the company that has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, is a global network marketing company with a presence across the globe. Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Atomy Hemohim surpassed 2 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales, ranked #1 in domestic health functional food exports. Developed as part of a national project by the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute, Hemohim holds 23 international patents and made history in 2023 by being the first in the country to offer dual health benefits, immune boost and fatigue relief. Absolute Cell Active Skincare, a flagship product, has surpassed 1 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales. It received the King Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office, a first in cosmetics, and was named a world-class product for next generation by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. Atomy prioritizes customers, earning customer-centered management certification for 3 consecutive years, a rare industry feat. Since opening its US branch in 2010, Atomy has grown into a global hub, linking producers and consumers worldwide through 27 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, and Europe. Atomy products have proven overwhelmingly popular in international markets, achieving the top export ranking for health supplementary food and health supplements. Following the $300 million Export Tower Award, the company reached cumulative exports of $1.8 billion in 2024. After launching its EU branch, Atomy plans to expand globally, focusing on Africa, Central and South America, and other emerging markets. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's success system, in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomy's distinctive growth. Success seminars that bridge online and offline realms vividly communicate Atomy's vision to members worldwide, presenting a vision of global success that goes beyond time and space by merging business and culture. The ACT project has been initiated to cultivate global leaders and empower active members around the world. Atomy continues to provide unwavering support for success, including the reopening of Songnisan Forest as a hub for the Atomy brand experience. To achieve absolute quality and absolute price, and to ensure commitment to quality from its partners, Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies, such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of accompanied growth. Atomy is implementing various policies to ensure sustainable coexistence with the Earth. The company promotes resource recycling and environmental restoration through product renewals aimed at zero plastic initiatives, increasing the use of biodegradable plastics and eco-friendly materials, and introducing smart packaging solutions. Atomy's contributions surpass not only its industry and the distribution sector, but also stand at the top level nationally. Over the past 3 years, the company's donation percentage relative to revenue has been 30 times that of the distribution industry, ranking first among Korea's top 500 companies. As a result, it has earned various government awards and certifications, including the Government Award for Sustainable Management, Good Donor Award, Family Friendly Company, and Great Place to Work Korea. Atomy's culture of sharing has expanded beyond national borders, with the company, members, partner companies, and executives actively engaging in social contribution activities worldwide. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit. We are Proud Atomy.
Proud Atomy. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And who will be the first to jump in this morning with a testimonial, with a story? Who will be first?
I think I have one. I don't know if I should be the first or give somebody else a chance.
Okay.
Anybody wants to go ahead, it's all right. Okay, if nobody wants to, then I will. I was just listening to that video or whatever you played there, CJ, and it reminds me of something that I heard the other day. I know this young man from my community, and somebody who we always talk when he was younger, and he's still in Jamaica, and I'm here. I was talking with a friend of mine, and his name came up, and somehow or another, I got his number and I called. He was shocked. He got the shock of his life, and he said, "Miss, if you had given me $1 million, I would not be as happy as I am today." But what struck me most, I know he had a rough time growing up. And he said, "I cannot read, but I learned to do shoemaking. But whenever I go around people doing certain jobs. I copied them. And he mentioned that he was where this man was doing upholstering. And he said to me, you know, that when this man, the first man who did the upholstering, nobody taught him. He used his imagination. So what I do, I copy him. And now that is what he lives off, doing upholstering. He's doing a very good job. He told me, Fred told me, he said, nobody can make you happy. You have to make yourself happy, regardless of your situation growing up. He had a rough time. I know that because I live in the community. His father was, I wouldn't say it, but he further said, when I'm stressed, I meditate and I always come up with something positive. And that is what touched me in whatever the guy said this morning. Whenever you're stressed, it touched me a whole lot. He further said he has a son who is 9 years old, always take the little boy to work with him, to be with him at his workplace when he's not in school. And when he collects the money, he said he collected $35,000 one day. And he told the boy to count it. The boy counted it. And he said, how much must I give you today? Because he always paid him. He said, $4,000. He said, no, I'm going to give you two. And to put in, he has an account. He has an account. The little boy has an account. He said, and gave him $1,000. He said, buy what you want with this. $2,000 for your account. And he said so many things. I can't even remember some of these things. But what I'm saying is, stress the point, I cannot read, but he's not stupid. So I'm saying that if I were in, I didn't learn anything about money management, and there he is teaching his 9-year-old. Whenever he's home, he works, he puts the money any place, and he tell them, if you take out $1, let me know. And he allow them to count whatever money he has. So, CJ, I was so touched. You know, to know that the guy cannot read and people will look down on him. If I were in charge of an institution, I said to him, I'm so proud of you. If I were in charge of an institution, definitely I would invite him in my institution for him to talk to the kids, because he's coming from nowhere. And he's doing so well. But because of how he looks, I think he's a Rasta, I'm not sure. But, you know, he's not that person who dress up and stuff like that. He's just an ordinary guy. But because of how he looks and just simple, people might not want to invite him in. But I think he's an asset. I said, I know you can't speak the language as such, but you taught their language, they would understand you. See, that's my story. And it touched me so much to know where he's coming from. He has a son who is I think he's a cop though, but I don't remember. He has promoted. He got promotion the other day. I didn't ask him what was the promotion. Plus, he has one who does some graphic designer or something like that. So out of evil can come good. And we don't look down on people because we're the patchy clothes. We don't look down on them. CJ, thank you for allowing me to talk. This is what I wanted to tell you from the other day. Thank you guys for listening. CJ, thank you for allowing me to share.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing, Sylvia. What I do know is that you are the only one who can make yourself happy.
Yes, you said that.
I've heard the expression also that there's nothing more powerful nothing more powerful than a made up mind. And if you make up your mind,
You make it.
it's all over. So, welcome to everyone. You're new on the call. I want to invite you to unmute and introduce yourself. As a matter of fact, Valerie, may I just hand it over to you for a moment and just to welcome who might be here for the first time, please.
I'll be honored. Good morning again, everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, indeed, I would add by saying this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us all rejoice and be glad in it. So if you are new to this call, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Let us know also who invited you to this amazing Momentum Morning Call. By simply, all you need to do is just tap on the little mic next door to your name or at the bottom of the screen and introduce yourself, please. Thank you, and we welcome you once more again. Over to you, CJ.
Just want to give whoever might want to shine in another minute or two just to gather yourself. And if you have a testimonial or a story, yes, you
Good
can
morning
share
to
it.
you.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
go ahead.
Morning to you, afternoon to me. I'm Michael Moses. I'm residing in the UK at the moment.
Yes, Mike.
Just want to introduce myself, not merely a testimony, but I'm just stealing some time while I'm at work, actually, which I'm not supposed to, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I studied atomy.
Yes. Go ahead, Mike.
Atomy sometime last year. I was invited to this call by Bob, actually, Bob Eugene.
Okay.
Wonderful human being.
What a guy.
What a guy indeed. And I studied, but I took a back seat because of personal reasons, which I won't disclose right now. So I had to get certain things sorted out. So at the moment, I'm just starting back on track again, and try to do everything that is possible to get this to work in my favor, just as it was supposed to in the beginning. So thank you for this moment where I could listen to that testimony you just gave, sister, is absolutely mind blowing. That's a beautiful thing about humankind. But also is in human nature, we always like to judge people before judging our thoughts and the words and the action that comes out. And a lot of times, if they go back and look in the Bible time when Christ came, he didn't go to the smart or the learned, as so to speak. He went to the streets, to the poorest of the poorest, and baffled the wisest of men with the same men that they look down upon. So this is just a powerful testimony that I really appreciate very much. So just wanted to thank you guys for welcoming me, and I'll try my best to be there as much as possible when I'm off work. Yes, so when I'm in work, I will do. So pleasant to
Please
all.
have a receipt at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Igor, I think you might need to mute your phone. You got another situation going on in the back. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Sylvia, for sharing. Listen, now sharing is caring. And this is a space that yeah, please remember to be ever so vigilant. If you're on the call, just every now and then just peek at your microphone. That's that icon that looks like a microphone. Just ensure that we're muted so we can have nice, crystal clear, uninterrupted conversations. Thank you, Mike, for joining us. And where are you from, Mike? I didn't get that. I missed it.
I'm from the Commonwealth of Dominica, but I reside in the UK at the moment.
Okay. Good to have you. Okay. All right. So the challenge is still running. That if you are in this space here, Momentum Morning, we invite you to bring a friend. Invite a friend. Bob isn't on the call, but Mike is here, and so I'm going to have to give a round of applause to Bob Eugene Don't forget, a lot of heavy lifting is done here. There are folks who have come on the call, and by virtue of the sharing and the testimonials, they have become either customers or they have joined the crusade. So it's important that we uh, invite, invite. This year is going to be a year of change. And I invite everyone to become true crusaders, not just distributors, but true crusaders. Believe, 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 believe. Okay, and one last story, testimonial. Anyone? Going once? Going twice?
Yeah, CJ, I just want to real quick, say
Yes.
that yeah, I appreciated that video, and definitely appreciated what Miss Sylvia was saying regarding this young man who could not read
Yes.
but was always positive.
Mm.
I just wish that because the way I define happiness, or not me, I'm sorry, not me, the Bible and even the dictionary, it's fleet, it's temporary. What we need, or what you may want to just sort of kind of um, do for yourself, is go in there and check out joy versus happiness. Joy
Mm.
Joy is when everything around you, like this young man who could not read, but he found joy. It wasn't really happiness, because happiness is temporary. Happiness is you happy because something amazing happened, but then as soon as that amazing thing goes away, you sad again, or you go into that deep depression. So joy, this young man had the joy, and I describe it as the joy of the Lord, because joy is what sustains. It's deep. I don't care what goes on around you, you will find joy. Now, regarding the what he said, that the other thing that I like that he said is that you always have to pull yourself out of a situation. We all, as people, go through life. Life is challenging. We know that, and the Bible say that we will experience
Tribulation.
exactly. Thank you, CJ. I get so excited. But with all of it, we must still be cheerful, right? So I love the name Joy. Miss Joy, are you there? I love your name. Your name always
Yeah.
of the joy of the Lord. So anyway, quickly, I just want to say that the joy of the
I'm
Lord.
here.
Oh, hi, Miss Joy. I love that name. Yes. So I'm just adding to what the gentleman was saying, and to what Miss Sylvia was saying, that we mustn't always just rely on happiness, because happiness is temporary. Rely on joy, because I don't care what. Can I just share this quickly, CJ? We experienced something awful last year. CJ know what I'm talking about. We're in a program. This program was extremely disappointing in terms of the promises that we heard, etc., etc. But anyway, I remember going through this deep thinking, wow, what just happened? It almost like somebody just hit me over the head with something. I was like, and I said to myself, oh my God, I need to get myself out of this quickly, because if I don't, this negative experience will paralyze. So I on purpose look for something to that particular bad experience with. And I'm motivating people. I said, do not allow anything negative to paralyze you, because otherwise you'll stay in that state of being paralyzed. So to me, it wasn't a matter, because I was happy when I was doing well. I was very happy. But as soon as that ship tanked, I was like, wow, the happiness was gone. But guess what? The joy of the Lord was there. And that's what pulled me off under that bad experience. That's all I have to share with you guys. Thank you, CJ, for allowing me to share.
Thank you, Valerie. Okay. Somewhere in this morning's presentation, I really think we should take a minute and talk about the fermented noni, and I'll tell you why. Um, over the past week or so, and more so last week Friday, and I will share this coming Friday. I've been encountering some tragedies that has its roots in depression. There are so many people that are depressed. They've lost their mind. That fermented noni does a job. It does a number on depression. And so few of us are aware of this. Don't know how many of us have got that book by PhD Dr. Neil Solomon, the Noni phenomenon. And I'm going to just share a video in a couple of minutes. The noni is a superfood. In Tahiti, it's called the happiness fruit. It goes up into the pineal gland and it, in some curious way, does something when it comes to depression. It's not a drug. It's all plant-based. It's a plant. But you know, the wonder of nature, the wonder of God, and the healing of the nation. So I think that we should include in our repertoire, in our protocol, our noni. And if you are noticing those persons around us that they have become isolationists, they're always deep in thought, and you are a little unsure as to where their mind might be at, perhaps we should make a gift of a bottle of fermented noni, because unknowingly we might be saving someone's life. I had a very, very heartbreaking experience last week, just when we were done talking about life insurance. It was so funny. I'm going to share it on Friday, and I'm now realizing that the mind, a powerful thing to waste. The mind, the mind, the mind. We have got to be alert. Mr. Jim Rohn yesterday spoke about being ever so observant of our surroundings. And if we are in this business called wellness, we've got to be observant. I tell this story of my going into an office, and while there, I seeing a lady around her desk. She is writhing in pain, and I had to give her a check. It was painful to watch her rise from her desk to come to the window where I was standing. And just a few words spoke to her. Take my number. Yes, folks, there are things you can do when you know that you know that you know that you have something to help people. And she took my number. She called me, and that night she got her Himohim. She got her bunch of stuff, and she's as happy as a lark now. Yeah. Okay, so anyone else? All right. So we have Himohim and we have Himohim G. What's the difference? I'm going to take a few minutes, talk about it, because it would be sad if we are in this business of Himohim and we do not know the difference between Himohim and Himohim G. Here we go.
Himohim, a brief history. Himohim was developed by KERI, or Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute. KERI was established as the first national research institute of Korea in 1959. Its role is to perform comprehensive research and developments in the field of atomic energy for the sake of making contributions to academic advancement, national energy security, and diverse utilization of atomic energy. Atomy Himohim was developed through 8 years of research by KERI as a national project. Hemohim Mixed Herbal Extract Complex is patented in Korea, USA, Japan, and Europe. It is also recognized by MFDS as a functional health supplement to support immune health. Colmar B&H, established as the first research institute enterprise in the Dedok Public Research Complex, approved by the Ministry of Science and Education Technology of Korea. Commercialization and distribution of Hemohim and Hemohim G is only through Atomy. What is the function of Hemohim G? Hemohim G is not a medicine but a functional health supplement that may boost the immunity. What is immunity and what is an immune system? Immunity is the ability to resist a particular infection or toxin through preventing development of pathogenic microorganisms, while the immune system is the complex network of organs, cells, and proteins that protects the body against infections. This defense system proceeds via the recognition and processing of foreign substances. The network consists of the lymphatic system, complement system, spleen, thymus, bone marrow, and cells. There are two types of immunity, such as innate immunity versus acquired immunity. The non-specific arm of the immune system, which an individual is born, is termed as an innate immunity, or also called natural immunity. The innate immunity acts as a barrier against foreign invading materials. These barriers form the first line of defense and aid in the activation of modulation of the adaptive immune response. What is acquired or adaptive immunity? The specific arm of the immune system possessing exquisite specificity of antigen recognition and is acquired by an individual during his lifetime is termed acquired immunity. Have you ever wondered how do functional supplements strengthen our immune system? First is they activate and regulate the function of immune cells. They promote functions that identify and eliminate harmful foreign substances or cells that are changed abnormally. And lastly, they help to improve our quality of life by preventing undesirable immune response such as allergies. These are the three key points of Hemohim and Hemohim G. First is it activates NK cells, or natural killer cells, are a type of cytotoxic lymphocyte critical to the innate immune system. The role of NK cell is analogous to that of cytotoxic T cells in the vertebrate adaptive immune response. NK cells provide rapid responses to virus-infected cells, stress cells, tumor cells, and other intracellular pathogens based on signals from several activating and inhibitory receptors. Next is it activates immune cells. A fully functional immune system can distinguish healthy tissue from unwanted substances. If it detects an unwanted substance, it will mount an immune response, a complex attack to protect the body from invaders like bacteria, viruses, and parasites. It also recognizes and removes dead and faulty cells. Lastly, it creates cytokines. Cytokines are signaling proteins that help control inflammation in your body. They allow your immune system to mount a defense if germs or other substances that can make you sick and enter your body. Hemohim G Herbal Mix Extracts. First is Angelica sinensis, a genus of plants and herbs that's often used in traditional medicine, particularly in Asian countries. The roots of many species of Angelica are used to make herbal medicines. But what is Angelica root? Plants in the Angelica genus grow up to 10 feet or 3 meters tall and have globe-like clusters of green or yellow flowers that blossom into small yellow fruits. They also tend to have a strong, unique smell due to the aromatic compounds they contain. The scent is often described as musky, earthy, or herbaceous. The benefits of Angelica sinensis are as follows. First is it has anti-cancer properties. Next is it is known as a relief of menopausal hot flashes. One of the most common uses of Angelica sinensis, especially in traditional Chinese medicine, is the management of menopausal symptoms and other female hormonal issues. Next is it is known as an arthritis relief. Angelica sinensis may provide protection against both osteoarthritis or joint wear and tear, as well as rheumatoid arthritis, an inflammatory autoimmune condition of the joints. Next extract is what we called the Ligusticum chuanxiong. Ligusticum chuanxiong is believed to invigorate the blood, promote the movement of Qi or vital energy, and alleviate pain. It is often used in combination with other herbs to enhance its therapeutic effects. These are the following benefits of Ligusticum chuanxiong. It is known to relieve headaches and migraines. It is potential in treating menstrual disorders and supporting cardiovascular health. It is anti-inflammatory. It is improving blood circulation and alleviating pain. Next is Paeonia lactiflora. Paeonia lactiflora is a plant that offers tremendous health benefits. It is native to China. Paeonia is a non-tropic, an adaptogen, and an antioxidant. The benefits are as follows. It is an immune system support. It reduces inflammation. It is known in reducing fatigue, protecting the brain, and nourishing the blood. Now we move on to Himuhim G question and answer. What is the difference between Himuhim and Himuhim G based on its ingredients? Himuhim uses the Korean herbs of Angelica sinensis and Cnidium officinale, while Himuhim G uses the Chinese herb of Angelica sinensis and Ligusticum chuanxiong. The manufacturing process is the same as Himuhim, but there is a difference in concentration of herbal input and product mixing ratio. Next question is, can Himuhim and Himuhim G be considered as the same product? Himuhim G can be seen as the same product as Himuhim in terms of immune efficacy and effectiveness. Due to the difficulties in registering products in the UK, Turkey, and some other European countries, Himuhim was developed as Himuhim G by changing some raw materials, ingredients, and mixing ratio according to the food law regulations of the country. In addition, during the development process, the bitter taste was purified compared to the existing Himuhim for European countries to cater to European palate. This version of Himuhim may be sweeter, giving a slightly different taste. What is the difference between Himuhim and Himuhim G's Angelica sinensis, Ligusticum chuanxiong, and Paeonia lactiflora? The Angelica sinensis, Ligusticum chuanxiong, and peony used in Himuhim G have long been permitted as registered ingredients in European countries and used as food and food supplement food of products. There are differences in the scientific names registered in China and Korea, and the species are different but the same type of herbal plant. What is meant by different species of herbs? To put it simply, species means a kind of variety. The same genus but different species indicates that the two herbs are very similar. Questions related to safety of herbal plant and all ingredient stability of Himuhim G. For the control, all ingredients used in Himuhim G are strictly controlled by facilities with a pharmaceutical level GMP management system. For the import, Atomy is developing test methods to prevent the incorporation of herbal substances, and only safe herbal substances within the standard are imported through analysis of ingredients. Regarding the manufacturing process, with the same manufacturing process as of Himuhim, from raw material production to warehousing. Is there any difference in efficacy between Himuhim and Himuhim G? The efficacy of Himuhim G has been verified in many SGI level journals and papers in the effectiveness of each herbal plant. Also, through the results of index component research at KBH Research Institutes, the immune enhancement and activity levels are secured, showing that Himuhim G has a similar or equivalent efficacy compared to existing Himuhim. Is there a patent for Himuhim G like what with Himuhim? Atomy is aiming to obtain various patents for immune improvement this year. Regarding the existing patent, can the existing patent held by Himuhim be used for Himuhim G? Himuhim patent cannot be used. However, similar efficacy can be expected as the same manufactured process and production procedure has shown the same level of results. Does it have the same functional effects as the existing Himuhim, such as improving immune function, or is it less effective than the existing Himuhim? The efficacy of Himuhim G has been verified in many SGI level journals and papers in the effectiveness of each herbal plant. Also, through the results of index component research at KBH Research Institute, the immune enhancement and activity levels are secured, showing that Himuhim G has a similar or equivalent efficacy compared to existing Himuhim. It seems that there is a slight difference in the taste between Himuhim and Himuhim G. Why is this? The taste and aroma may differ slightly depending on the cultivation climate, temperature, processing method, and mixing ratio difference from that of Himuhim. This may affect the taste. Himuhim is available in other countries. But why are only Europe and UK selling Himuhim G? Each country has different regulations regarding food ingredients. In the UK and other European countries, Angelica gigas and Cnidium officinale are not registered as food ingredients, so they cannot be used. The Chinese Angelica sinensis and Ligusticum chuanxiong are recognized in Europe, including the UK. Apart from the UK, Turkey, and EU countries, are there any countries that will launch Himuhim G? Since Himuhim and Himuhim G have the same efficacy and effectiveness, there are no plans to replace Himuhim G in the country where the existing Himuhim is registered and sold. However, in the countries where Himuhim is not yet registered or there are restrictions on registering Himuhim, then Atomy is considering launching Himuhim G. Is Himuhim G an individually certified raw material like Himuhim? Himuhim G is developed as a general food product. Why can't Himuhim G register exclusive certified raw materials in Korea? All ingredients must be listed on the food ingredient list to be registered as individually recognized raw materials. Currently, Chinese Ligusticum chuanxiong are registered only in the Korean pharmacy and are not registered as food ingredients. Has Himuhim G conducted any clinical tests on humans? Atomy plans to conduct a global clinical trial on immune improvement this year. Although the country where the clinical trial will be conducted is yet to be confirmed, Atomy plans to conduct global clinical trials in Europe. Himuhim G is recommended for the following people: everyone who wants to strengthen or boost their immunity, athletes, to housewives, to office workers, to students, and to elders. Please note that it is always better to consult your general practitioner when taking any supplements.
Where did the time go? Unbelievable. The time is gone. And I had a very, very powerful fermented noni tutorial for us this morning, but I'll have to save that for tomorrow. But then again, tomorrow is our Cosmeta Millionaire show. Never enough time. So, any takeaways this morning as it relates to Himuhim versus the Himuhim G? What's going on? What's your takeaway?
Interesting, CJ. Thank you for that video. I didn't realize it was a Himuhim G.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, I
Oh
did
yeah,
not.
that came out for Europe only.
Hey!
I'm sorry,
Who's that?
what? Must be Moses. No, I didn't know
All
that
right.
there was Himuhim G. So that's interesting, and I think it's a good thing to know, because as she said in the video, there are some countries that are a little bit more in terms of regulations,
Yep.
stricter than others. So they'll have some him or him, no excuse, because they can then have
No
the
excuse.
G, right? Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you. Who's that? That must be, is that Nick?
That is Nick.
That sounds like Nick.
That is Nick.
Hi,
That
Nick.
Nick, I'm telling you.
Hi, Nick.
What's up, Nick?
Not much. Yep, there has been Hemohim G. It's been, but no one in the US has heard of it because it was originally launched for just the UK branch.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, because UK is really strict on, like what the young lady said in the video, you know, with food. So that's why I heard about Hemohim G from Coach Ju. He was one of the individuals who was very blessed to be in the UK when they first launched it in the UK.
Mm,
And he was able to test it.
that's incredible. So,
Yeah.
Nick, to the best of your knowledge, which other countries have Hemohim G instead of the regular Hemohim?
As of right now, it's only the UK right now.
Okay.
UK, Europe area.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Good to know.
Yep. So yeah, we had to come out with another Hemohim for the Europe branch because the ingredients that we have from Korea is not they didn't want to approve the one from Korea. So they yeah. Hold on. I think Val
I'm
is
sorry, Val, your mic is unmuted.
yeah.
Valderine,
Yeah.
please mute yourself. Thank you.
Yeah. So yep. So yeah. So that's why they came out with the Hemohim G for the Europe and the UK branch because of the food ingredients stricture that they have. So that's how that's how that one became yeah uh yeah involved with Atomy. Right, Miss Joy?
That's how it became him
Yeah.
and it's only gonna be there for now. And I do hope I you know honestly I hope that we can keep our him, and I hope no other country will come out and say, you know, about the taste and about the ingredients, because the him that we know, the original him, I don't think anything else can be that one. So that's just my thinking. Okay.
Yep.
Miss South Africa, how cold is it where you guys are? I'm trembling.
I'm in Florida. I'm not in South
Oh, you're in
Africa.
Florida. I know, but gracious me, I'm trembling, man.
Yes, no, we
Yeah,
do
it's
have a cold
cold.
front. We have a cold front here
Yes.
this
I'm
week.
in Georgia and I'm trembling too.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
today Georgia is only was 32 degrees
Yeah.
this morning.
It's cold.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
stop it.
32.
Oh, you
Yeah,
in
and
Georgia?
today,
You in Georgia, Miss Joy?
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I'm
Oh,
here.
yes, it is cold there.
Here in the DMV is 30.
Yeah.
51 here, but man, and I'm inside and I'm so cold.
I
I'm
need to go
really
back in the warmth. And
Yeah.
it's so cold.
Mhm.
But
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
whether
where
it's
is.
still winter or spring.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know
come to South
I don't know what's
Florida.
going on with the
We have a
weather.
lot of
1 minute, yeah, 1 minute was really warm, and then all of a sudden
It's
this
cold.
morning it's
Yeah.
cold.
I know. I
My
know.
daughter lives in Missouri, you know. She said the weather is bipolar.
Yeah. Over there they're getting a lot of snow.
Yes, they do. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they got like over 32 inches of snow between Sunday and Monday.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The front doors
But
can't open.
I'm about to say this how do you call it? The polar is very it's fickle, you could say.
well, climate change is really real.
Yeah, climate change. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it
what I was trying to
is.
say. Yep.
It's real.
Yes, it
Mhm.
is.
All right, guys. You guys are already aware that I'm not too sure if you guys anybody on here was on the call on Monday, but there's some changes coming to our group volume, which is our not group volume but our personal PV. So in
Yes,
April.
in
So
April. Go
mhm.
ahead, Nick. Tell them. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah. So what will happen is, say that you have 300,000 on your left and you're at 290 or 2 something on
Right.
your right
Mhm.
side. They'll be able to, once you build up 10,000 PVs on your personal, which will be another pole that they're gonna add on to our personal, you'll be able to pull that 10,000 and get paid on the side that has the weakest amount of PVs. So,
What do
but
you
it only
mean? I'm sorry, Nick. You're saying you'll be able to pull that 10,000, or you mean some of the 10,000 to add to the 290 so that you have 3,000 on both sides?
correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, and you
Yeah,
get
but
paid for
for
that day.
someone who has already 2.4, how are
Yeah,
you going to add the 10,000?
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, could I come in? Could I jump in?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right. Let's say somebody just joined. All right. And they've got let me see. Okay.
Yeah, say that or they don't have any PVs.
They say they don't have any PVs.
Yeah.
Right? You have to have 10,000 or more PVs in order for it to work for you. Okay?
Yeah, in your personal, you have to
personal,
have
yes,
10,000
in
or
your personal.
more in order for this to work for you, correct? No, I follow you, Ms. Joy. You have to have 10,000 in your, instead of 700,000, you have to have 10,000 in your personal to, right? Am I right, Nick?
Okay,
In
wait,
order.
hold on. Let's say somebody just joined, okay? And well, you know what? Nick, this is something that I really didn't think of, because they said you have to have 10,000 in your personal in order for this to work. But
Right.
then
This applies to Ms. Joy. This applies to new folks who are coming in
Okay.
to the
okay.
company. So if you have 2.4 already on your personal, it doesn't apply to you.
Okay.
It applies to the new person that's coming
the
in.
new, okay,
person
okay.
has to have 10,000 in order for it to work.
Yeah.
But if you have 2.4, then you can add it. You can go in and put the points under you and your name, and it will go to the weakest leg.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody understand?
Yeah.
Let's see if I understand. I'm sorry. Let's see if I understand. You said that it's only for the new people.
No,
what about the?
No. It's for everybody.
Okay. All right.
So you can still add more PV after the 2.4?
Yes.
On your personal. Okay.
Yes. On your, let's say you're doing an order and you're short, right? And you don't have anybody else to put it under. You could go put it in you, and it will automatically go to the lowest side.
Okay.
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 It doesn't matter how many. It doesn't even have. No matter how much millions you have, it will work. But starts in April.
Still in April.
Okay, in April. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but
It's
this
good. It's
poll,
good.
yeah.
I am happy because when I want to put points into people and I don't have enough people, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I can't put it to myself. I'm not going to get paid. But from April, yes, you are going to get paid.
Yep.
Okay, from April, that's good.
Yeah.
Even if
it's
you are
great.
not Nick. Even if you are
Thanks,
not
Nick.
You're welcome.
Nick. even
Yeah.
if you are not Ms. Joy, in other words, those of us who are still under in terms of our ranking, because at first you said if you have 280, I like that one better because that's where I am, and that's why I usually struggle. If I have 300,000 on my
one side,
and I need 200, and I only have 280 or 290 on my left. Once I have in my personal 100,000, right? I can borrow, for lack of a better explanation, from there to get the leg that's short.
No.
To get the leg that's short.
No.
Is that
no, Valerie? No.
Ms. Joy, 1 second, please. It's okay. Nick, is that how I understand it? Let Nick tell me, please, if you don't mind.
No.
Nick?
It doesn't work that way. That
doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way because that's not for your. It's not for you're getting it confused with your running for mastership.
Yes. Not running for mastership. Not running for
mastership. So what it's gonna have two. It's gonna have two. Your personal is gonna have a pool that's put aside for you to help you with your commission. And the system, once you get 10,000 or more in that pool, which is going to be separated from your qualifier, the system will automatically, once you reach a certain level, like I was saying, you say you have either 280 or 290 on one side, and you already have 300,000 on the other side. The system will automatically deduct the 10,000 automatically from that pool, from that separate pool, not the pool that you get for qualification, but it's going to be an invisible pool, and it's going to drop into your commission for you to get paid for that day.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Valerie, it means that you have to buy products under your name. All right? And it has to be 10,000 or more.
I got it. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So, all right, guys. So it's now 11:03. If there's nothing else, I'm not too sure, CJ, if you have anything else that you.
Well, I'm just absolutely pleased with the level of engagement. You know, Sylvia jumped in and she did her thing, and it's been wonderful. It's great, and I really am just hoping that we'll continue to invite. We will build this thing. We have a great thing happening here in the Momentum Morning Space. Folks need to come here and just be blessed and join the momentum, join the crusade. So happy to have you on board this morning, Nick. And now that we know the difference between the him or him and the him or him G, well, guess what? It makes you an authority on the subject. It does something to you. And the folks listening to you, they will know that you know what you know what you know. This is great. So this is wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, guys. So I guess the call is officially ended for tonight, for this morning. We'll go ahead and see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same channel. And you guys have a great day. Go make it a productive one. And share the Atomy brand with everybody. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, you'll see CJ tomorrow, but you won't see me. But you'll see CJ and all the leaders here on the call. All right?
Aja.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
Have a good day, everyone.
There are some folks that need to reach out to me. Please reach out to me. Certain people need to reach out to CJ. Thank you.